Hello.
Hi, I'm checking notes. All right, so you might be able to notice that I'm in the same outfit as the one year in a van video. That's because we've literally just jumped from one spot at the same area and came here. But because Andy's here with me,
Movie magic.
We're gonna talk about our Jackson Falls trip. Yeah, go ahead and film Aaron over there.
Actually, I can't see him from where I'm at.
Oh.
I think you got enough hose.
So, back last November, we had some time. It was Thanksgiving break, and we decided, hey, let's go on a climbing trip.
I'm on my way back to Indy. It's Friday, and so I had the day off because Thanksgiving was yesterday and we get a long weekend.
When you say Thanksgiving break, you're giving people the impression that you're still in college. And they think
I had a vacation days for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I think people are a little confused on my age, but let's keep it a mystery.
That means Andy and I are gonna head out to try to do some climbing.
Nice.
And the original idea was to go to Red River Gorge, which is in Kentucky. But it looks like, according to the forecast, it's gonna be raining all day tomorrow. So we are gonna try to go to Jackson Falls, Illinois.
And I know people are gonna be like, you could have went to Red River Gorge. They have overhangs there, and you could still climb when it's raining. We didn't know. We'd never been. We're newbies.
Hey.
So we went to Jackson Falls because it said it was gonna be better.
Found a screw.
We're gonna take a test. But before we did that, we had to learn how to lead climb. We've done top roping and stuff like that, but we've never set our own routes. And at the climbing gym that we go to, they teach a class for like 75 bucks. They show you exactly how to do it, how to tie your knots, how to clip in, how to belay, blah, 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 blah. We signed up for it, and there was only 4 slots available, which 2 of them were taken, and we had 3 guys. It was me, Andy, and Kyle. So Andy had to just hang out, and Kyle and I took the class, because originally Kyle was supposed to come with us. Turns out Kyle couldn't come with us and had to work that weekend, so Andy never learned how to do it. So I learned how to do it, Kyle learned how to do it, and then we decided, okay, we'll tell Andy later how to do it.
Nice. Here you go.
We left that Friday evening, and because Andy hadn't taken the class, I was basically giving him a crash course on the ride up.
We're on our way to Jackson Falls. We went to Jackson Hole, now we're on our way to Jackson Falls.
And so he was watching YouTube videos and using the oh shit handle as like a...
Practicing tie-in.
It was like his quick draw, and he would tether in there, his anchor point. And that's where the restaurant, where the guy was like...
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. We stopped at this Mexican restaurant to eat some dinner on our drive down there, and the host that walked us into the place, there was a step that people needed to notice, and he just kind of like,
Please.
beware of the step. It was pretty fun. We got a good kind of that.
Yeah, like we were supposed to sit on the step.
So we ate some Mexican food, didn't affect our stomachs, although Rocky's dinner affected his stomach.
So Rocky had actually eaten an entire stick of butter on Thanksgiving.
Now I just need some rocks.
And we had joked about that, like, oh, that's gonna come out bad.
It's like Bird Box in this place. You guys see that movie?
No. It didn't end up coming out until we were on the road.
So Andy's taking Rocky out because we had a little incident. Someone made shit. Someone made too much shit on my bed.
And then we turned the light on in the back, and he had knocked down all the cushions on the couch.
And then took a huge shit on it.
Shit.
Like 2 scoops of the meltiest, chocolatiest ice cream.
Right on the fucking cushions. And that's where Andy was supposed to sleep that night.
Oh my God, that's so bad. All right, and I gotta clean it up.
I cleaned it up. I almost barfed. I usually don't, you know? And I gagged. I think it was because it was such a confined space. I pulled the covers off of the couch so it was just the foam pad. I sprayed that down, flipped it over, and then we just kept going.
All right. Shit ass all over my stuff. I'm sorry.
And we eventually got to our location. It was about 4 hours away. It's another one of those places, you know, when you go to these climbing areas, it's like you're going off this beaten trail, like gravel roads, unmarked paths. When we get to the bottom, there's this like overflown creek.
It's just a drive-through.
Right, and so we just stopped and we parked at this lot. Turns out we actually parked in the right spot.
We've made it to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That's not where we are. Oh. Jackson Falls, Illinois. Hello from Jackson Falls. Look who's coming out. Oh, so.
You think you're gonna sleep right there?
Thanks for making this for me. Soft. Gonna stretch out.
Damn right. Just like me and you, just like all times.
Before we went to bed, we got all the beds ready and stuff like that, and you read a bedtime story. Remember that?
Oh, from I have a short stories book I like to bring along.
So Archer and Rocky got a little bedtime
entertainment,
story.
little evening story.
That got him sleepy.
It begins as nothing, as blank. Rose light is filtering through the curtains, rosy and cozy. My blanket is green, my blanket is warm. I am inside is warm. Outside is the dawn, outside is cold, cold day. My arms reach for my wife who is no longer there.
And so we went to bed. We were the only ones there. We woke up the next morning
and the car lot was full.
It wasn't full, but there was more cars.
There was like 5 cars there.
And so we were like, let's make some breakfast. And that's when we realized we don't have quick draws.
So we can't really climb any of these leads.
See Archer? I'm scared. We're seeing how he's gonna do. And we got Rocky over there. We saw some people actually going to climb. Yeah, that way. So we might get lucky and be able to climb if other people are doing it. Maybe not, we don't have quick draws, so.
We were like, okay, maybe we can come across somebody.
Let's just go check it out.
Let's just see what it's like out there.
So we lucked out. We found some people climbing, and it was a guy that we actually met a year ago when we went bouldering in the Holy Boulders, which is also in Southern Illinois.
Andrew...
Something.
Something with an S.
Maybe not giving his name is a good thing.
Andrew S.
Yeah. And I came up and I was like, do you remember us? And he didn't really remember us, but he was really nice about it. And I was like, you know, we brought our stuff, but we're dumb and new and we forgot, we didn't have quick draws. And he's like, just go grab your things. If you got harnesses and chalk and stuff, we'll let you climb with us.
So we're gonna learn how to climb with them.
Oh, they know how to climb.
Yeah.
When you walk into Jackson Falls, there's this trail, and it splits off and it goes left or right. And if you go left a little bit, you hit the falls. And we started going that way.
Yeah.
We didn't see anything,
So
and
we turned back.
We were so close.
Yeah.
But we went back and we walked counterclockwise around the trail, and we walked the wrong
an hour.
way.
Anyways, it's all the way back where we were. So we turn back around, we eventually get there. It doesn't look like an entrance. It just looks like
A pile of rocks
boulders.
collapsed down a hole, yeah.
But we saw that there was this like med kit down there with a stretcher. So we like,
That's the way
okay,
in.
that's gotta
the
be
way
it.
There it is. Wrong way, Rock. Come on, Rock. Good boy. Help him, help him. Oh man, he had no fear that time. Slow down, Rock. Oh my gosh. Well, he did it great.
This is where we're staying tonight.
Yeah.
We actually got to climb with them. A lot of the time was spent watching them, you know, figuring out how to do that, how to clean a route. They would explain it to us. Andy cleaned her out when we like first went up there.
And it was super easy, and it was great that they showed us, because otherwise we weren't going to do anything that day.
Yeah, we did a lot of watching, and then what they would do is they'd set the route, and then we would just top rope it.
Close to Mississippi. Just a spot out in the woods.
Oh man, does he want that tuna?
After a little while of watching and seeing how they did it, eventually Andrew let us do a lead climb. You know, the quick draws were in there. We didn't have to set them in. I think I had to set one in at the very end because they pulled one out. But we got to clip in and climb up this five 6.
5'6"?
Yeah, 5'6". It was easy. It was a 5'6" or 5'7".
Friggin'.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm good to go. All right, good. Locked and loaded.
Really big holes.
Yeah, there you go.
And that works actually pretty well. I'll probably shoot on that. You guys live in the same house or?
No, I actually live in a van.
Down by the river.
Yeah.
Down by the river. No, that works too. That works. Use your thumb. Yeah, this one's all about just sussing out those feet. Oh yeah, sorry. When I get. Yeah.
We climbed that and it was awesome. It felt like we had actually accomplished something for coming there and having nothing. And before we knew it, the sun was gone.
So we're heading out. We got we both did a top rope, 2 top ropes, and then we did a lead.
Like I remember we had to hike out. We didn't have our
We
headlamps.
forgot all that, and it was getting dark as we're going.
We don't have headlamps or anything, so we probably have 15 minutes of daylight left.
I think it should take us 25 to get back.
It will, but we have cell phones. But yeah, we're heading back. Okay, we're basically out of light. There's some people up there.
We got
Yeah.
back, and it was pitch black.
It was pitch black.
Can you see the van?
But we got back and we saw that the weather was calling for rain the next day. So we were like, you know what? We did it. Maybe we'll be able to come back before it's too cold with the
we
proper
left that
gear.
night, right.
Yeah, and we drove back that night.
Somebody's tired. So we're back in the van.
Hello.
And it is officially, what, 6?
It's 7 o'clock back home time, 6 o'clock central.
6 o'clock this time. So we're thinking about heading back tonight simply because it's gonna rain. And then we're supposed to get home about like midnight tonight.
Yeah, that's typical. It shuts the world out. It suffers from asthma, depression, and what? Hello?
Oh.
Was that Long John Silver's evening?
And that's where we hit Long John Silver's. So, Long John Silver's is probably never a good choice.
Burps. Oh God. Stuff that we were picking up was like,
So we were like, hey, we haven't had this in a while. We had a good day climbing and we were like, let's screw it. Let's get some Long John Silver's.
This week, Long John Silver's for sponsoring my next shit and the next 3 after that.
So we got it, and I even ate the little Crispies
Which
in
is the
basket.
number 1 rule. You don't eat the Crispies because they're soaked in the oil.
Crispy fritters, it's like
it's a grease.
and I feel like I have a lead ball in my
Yes,
stomach,
it's a
and
lead
I
ball.
eat fast food.
Yeah, so we ate that.
So we'll see how we feel tomorrow.
I mean, the next day, I don't shit in the van, but that was the one time I almost did. I had to run to a bathroom because I barely made it.
Thank you, Long John Silver's.
Yeah.
Sponsor this ad.
Yes.
Sponsor
us. Anyways, fast forward 1 month.
It's Sunday, December 15th. I think it is the 15th. It's like 55 out, so that's super nice for December. And the plan was to go back to Southern Illinois to do some climbing now that I have like a full pack.
By that time, I had actually accumulated some of my own gear. And so I went and I had purchased like some used quick draws. I had gotten a helmet, I got my own rope, I got my own gree-gree, we had our harnesses.
All the necessary gear inside here. Archer escaped while I was putting things away, so now he's acting like he's tired and cute. So it's gonna be a quick trip, but now that we have all of our own gear and in the Jackson Falls Guide to Southern Illinois' Best Kept Secret, we should be good to go. We have floors this time around though. What? And they get so dirty so fast. What are you doing? Okay, I gotta go. Wow, downtown doesn't look like shit.
Pretty confident about using repercussions.
So this time on the way up, we saw that the Impossible Burger was at White Castle.
So, we
now.
did the smart thing and ate really shitty fast food, but it was awesome.
get two? Might I recommend?
Last time we went to Jackson Falls, we were saying we wanted to, well, I said I wanted to try the Impossible Burger at White Castle, so there it is. Andy's an experienced.
This is my probably 12th Impossible sweater.
Tastes like an Impossible. Definitely an Impossible White Castle. It's alright. What are you doing? Archer's awake now. Now he's just captaining the ship. And then Jelly Bean back here.
But yeah, then we headed into the Jackson Falls. I think I filmed us going in that time
Real
too.
close to that fence there.
It does seem like there's more gravel. We made it and Archer had to take a mad shit. There he is.
Oh, is this video?
We're gonna hit the hay and then hopefully get an earlier start than last time. Did he sleep during the night?
I don't know. He wasn't here next to me for a little bit.
Stop, please. Rocky, hey. So this time around, we have the Jackson Falls guidebook, and it has a nice layout of where everything is in the different sections within the canyon. I think that's what it's considered. But what we're gonna do, follow the sun.
We had seen that the last time people had this guidebook, and I didn't even know that was a thing. And it has every single route, when the sun is gonna hit that route, what the grading is on it, and like who said it, how long it's been there, the best times to climb it. Even it tells you the entrances and stuff like that too.
Which would have been great to know the month before.
Right, we beefed back up on our knots, or we,
Beefy nuts.
refreshed it.
And we went back out on our own, and it was awesome.
It's there. It's all there. So we're back and we're on our way in, hiking into Jackson 5. Jackson 5.
Yeah, so we got there, and again, the temps were exactly the same, but this time, like, nobody was out there. We really had the whole place to ourselves.
So we made it up, and we're right next to railroad tracks. We're just unloading our stuff right now. All right, we recording still? Ben's down there setting up. I'm already getting a little chilly. The sun's in the 3/4 quadrant. So I'm gonna fashion my pants into a hat.
And so we got over there, and no one was out there, and we did get to see some, like, utility vehicles.
Yeah, they're the
Yeah, I mean, they
working
weren't
the
doing
railroad.
that.
Didn't even notice us.
But it was those
It
vehicles.
wasn't a train, it was just a car.
Those utility carts.
These utility vehicles. Do
Yeah, so,
you remember those utility vehicles?
yes. Anyways, we got there, and we kind of set up our space, and we started climbing. And that first route, I set it. So I went and put the quick draws in. I think it was like a 5.8, something like that. And it was fun, setting the route and figuring out how to get up there. I did have a nice fall. That hurt. Yeah, we did that route, and it was a blast. Okay, take. And like Andy cleaned that route. Get my feet up a little higher. And
We only fell once each too. We did pretty
yeah,
good for.
yeah, we did.
You're gonna start getting the wet stuff.
And then the second route we did, it was like a little further down the way.
Trying to get a cool shot, and here you are tying your shoes. What's up, homie? Get me off this tree! What's this one called?
This one's called Mob Squad or something.
Mod Squad.
Mob Squad.
Andy set that one, and he had a good, like, swinging fall, because it turns out we did the wrong side of the route.
Oh, right, we were going harder than we should have.
Right, it was more of like a 5'10" than a 5'7". So we hit that, and that was a blast. I cleaned that route. And then we were feeling confident, and so we went back to this route we had seen the last time we were there.
We're at the Beaver Wall right and Mr. Jimmy, and you see number 19 there? There it is.
And that was this like stemming route between the two cracks. You remember that? You have to like push.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really cool.
Hard? It gets wider. I see it.
So we got to stem up, which is something I didn't know the term of, but Will, the last time we were there, told us about. This is called stemming?
No, it's called a pin.
No, but when you do that thing, when you...
Yes, stemming.
Which was kind of intimidating.
Yeah, I'm over, but I'm not in a good spot.
And I set that route, climbing up the whole way, and we got up there, and then I came down, and then Andy cleaned it.
Go.
And then by that time, it was like getting dark again. And so that was it. Like, we just had that one day to go and climb. And so after we cleaned that route, we skedaddled.
Where are you? There you are. Every time you're in a clip, that's what you do. Hello. Hello. We're on our way back to the van at the parking lot, and we both did 3 routes. We switched off, so I led 2 and cleaned 1. Andy led 1, cleaned 2.
I haven't been climbing since then.
Yeah, you haven't.
I haven't gone back to the climbing gym. That was what, a year ago?
Yeah, it was a year.
That was December last year. December 2018.
It was a success. Neither of us got hurt. We both had some falls.
2 falls each.
So that's cool. Falls in Jackson Falls. Okay, we're gonna lose light, so I don't know what to say.
That's it, man. That's like a quick little trip we did. It was fun. Before the snow started hitting, then it was Christmas, and snow came down and we went snowboarding. That was our next trip. So Andy has been on almost every trip that I've been on, almost every single one.
Yet I'm the unreliable, always late one.
Yeah, but he pulls through. Anyways, camera's gonna die. Like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. We only have a couple seconds. 5, 4, 3. I don't know what to say. Bye.